Hey guys, I'm Daniel of Pinoy Guide, and I think the Cloudfone Next Infinity Quattro is the most feature-packed smartphone from a Philippine brand that came out in 2017. It has a metal unibody design that feels solid and sturdy to hold. However, the curvature of the back cover at the sides stick out a bit. The dual camera module with LED flash at the back is its most striking feature. The two front cameras are also intriguing when it's noticed. All the buttons are on the right side. They are clicky, and the power button even has grooves so you can easily tell it apart from the volume rocker. There's the speaker grill, microUSB port, and 3.5mm audio jack at the bottom, while the SIM card tray is accessible on the left side. The Cloudfone Next Infinity Quattro is the flagship device of the Next Infinity series of smartphones. Hence, it has the biggest infinite view display, as Cloudfone calls it. It's a 6-inch screen with an HD Plus resolution and the trendy 18:9 aspect ratio. Text and graphics look sharp, and the screen is bright enough to be legible under direct sunlight. It supports 5 touch points, and a color temperature adjustment is available. However, most apps are not automatically set to take up the entire display due to the new aspect ratio. You'll have to manually toggle a switch for each app installed in Settings, Display, then Full Screen mode. Thankfully, the free earphones included in the package produce decent audio for watching videos. Since the Cloudfone Next Infinity Quattro uses the MediaTek Helio P25 chipset, it performs well in everyday tasks. Opening apps, scrolling down websites or your Facebook newsfeed, and taking pictures are all smooth. It scored an average of 65,500 points on Antutu benchmark. That's well within the range of its competitors from local and international brands. Games such as Rail Racing 3, Mobile Legends, and Asphalt 8 all run smoothly with just minor hiccups even in the highest graphics quality. Meanwhile, more resource-intensive games like Rules of Survival will have noticeable dropped frames. You'll have to switch down the graphics quality to enjoy playing. The device runs on Android 7.0 Nougat out of the box, however it has several customizations. One is that the shortcuts that are usually accessible by swiping from the top can now be accessed by swiping from the bottom. This suits the ergonomics of a tall display, and I'm happy that the company didn't make it look like the iOS control center. Cloudfone pre-installed its own App Store, Opera Mini, Spotify, and Lazada. It also includes some software features such as split screen, beautified video, and a dedicated selfies album. Let's now talk about the cameras of the Cloudfone Next Infinity Quattro. The two cameras on the back of the device are 13 and 8 megapixels. It supports face detection autofocus and have zooming function. Most pictures are of good quality. Sharpness is on point, colors look natural, and dynamic range is actually acceptable. Enabling the bokeh feature creates a nicely blurred background with bokeh for lights. It works well for solid objects, but just like most dual camera systems, it has a problem with edge detection, especially with hair and fur. I prefer using the dual camera feature for its zoom function. Nighttime pictures look decent if the lighting is bright enough. However, pictures tend to look grainy in a dim environment. Thankfully, the bright LED flash improves the photo quality. The second half of the phone's quad camera system is found on the front. There is a 20+8 megapixel dual front camera system with its own LED flash. Selfies look clear and crisp when shot on auto mode. A slight tint and increase in brightness are automatically applied to improve skin tone. However, it has a problem with dynamic range. There's also a bokeh feature for the front cameras, but it just renders a circular blur around the subject. I hope Cloudfone can issue a software update to improve this. On the other hand, I'm happy with the wide-angle selfie camera. It fits a crowd in a single selfie, and the photo quality is still high. The Cloudfone Next Infinity Quattro has dual SIM card slots, but the second SIM card slot is shared with the microSD, hence you'll have to choose which is more important. It has plenty of built-in storage, so you may not need that microSD card slot after all. Mobile data connectivity through 4G networks has decent speeds. However, it easily drops down to 3G when I'm not in the city and the signal isn't as strong. The device supports USB OTG, but it's turned off by default. You'll have to turn it on to access files in a flash drive or to make it act as a power bank. The fingerprint sensor of the Cloudfone X Infinity Quattro is fast and reliable. It can also be set to open a private version of the messaging app, File Explorer, and Gallery. Perfect if you have secret conversations and files. Aside from the usual sensors like accelerometer and proximity, the device also has a gyroscope, and this is useful for AR and VR apps. I had fun playing Pokemon Go to test its AR compatibility. Its face recognition is a bit hidden, but you can set it up and it works well. The Cloudfone X Infinity Quattro has an impressive battery life. It can easily last an entire workday even with my heavy usage. This usually involves calls, text, browsing social media, reading the news, watching YouTube videos, and playing an occasional game, all while mobile data is turned on. It can also survive up to 2 days on a single charge when used lightly. There's a power saving mode that can extend the battery life by several hours. An extreme mode is also available that will turn a 30% battery life to a whopping 3 days of standby time by enabling a few apps only. Charging is around 2 hours and 20 minutes using the bundled charger. The official price of the Cloudfone X Infinity Quattro is 12,999 pesos. It's a good choice if you're looking for a mid-range smartphone that can run games smoothly, has a modern design, and take good pictures. You'll also be supporting a Philippine brand instead of a foreign one. The phone has some issues, but most are software related and can be fixed by a software update. I commend Cloudfone for releasing this smartphone when other local brands have crumbled in the face of a tough competition. Overall, I highly recommend the Cloudfone X Infinity Quattro as your next smartphone.